Good morning, everybody. Today is the 18th of June 2021. I have a couple of amazing messages that I want to bring forth. I hope that they actually got that first intro in. I'll just repeat that again. My name is Bobbie Richardson, and today is the 18th of June 2021. I have a couple of messages. I don't usually do two lives in a row, but this is getting important, so I really needed to come forth and speak these out. I wrote one on my phone yesterday while I was driving. It was just pouring through me, and to do with our next. These messages are really over the next couple of years. So just to help us integrate a lot more, because there's going to be so many huge changes coming. Hey, Franklin. Hey, Thelma. Yeah, so many huge changes coming. So what I'm going to do is just read out these two brand new messages about the next 2 to 3 years of our reality and what we're going to have to work on. So the first one is, I'm just going to read this off my phone, so excuse me. What will free you is self-acceptance. When an error or uncomfortableness occurs, the so-called error or bad feeling about yourself that you made a mistake or others have taken you wrong or done wrong or not accepted you, view it as an opportunity to either stand in your power and feel into the self-acceptance that's who you are, and the only reason it showed up is through your own self-doubt in the first place. So they're reflecting that self-doubt, but you now feel, okay, is this something that's truly who I am? Yes, it is. And have I done anything wrong? No, I haven't. I'm going to stand up for myself as an integral person. So tell yourself that you are indeed whole, that the so-called error or wrongful doing is just from another's perspective and not from yours. Or you could have a bad feeling because you've pushed your boundaries into such an uncomfortable position, creating the error in your life, taking you away from your own heart space or connection to the soul, that your feeling is so bad that it can only bring you back into alignment from acknowledging that this not so nice feeling. But this in itself is the blessing of either moving on in or integrating the error as a part of the new perspective of self-acceptance, or that this bad feeling is something that took you away from yourself, or it showed up as something that you needed to heal within yourself. The biggest problem is, so in other words, what that's really saying is that you could have done wrong on somebody, and you could have felt really bad about that, and then someone's come and attacked you, and instead of attacking them back and making it even bigger, saying to yourself, oh wow, I just took myself away from my own heart space, from my own vulnerability. Now I need to bring myself back to my own heart space and accept that as a big lesson for me to realize where I'm not acknowledging myself as a heartfelt person. Because the biggest problem that people have is that they get down on themselves for these so-called bad feelings, whether it's something that you did accidentally because you took yourself away from your own heart space, or because you've got self-doubt on yourself and they've just reflected that back to you. It doesn't matter what side it is. The biggest problem is that people get down on themselves and then they bring it around, and it keeps hanging onto their own energy field, and they keep reliving the problem through their own stuck mind as this bad feeling. And then it keeps coming around full circle, and because life is a cycle, they keep creating the same problem over and over, and then they start thinking that's their personality, right? But it's not their personality. It was just an error, and the error was needed for self-growth, because enlightenment is not doing nothing wrong. It's not doing nothing wrong. You will never have a life where you do nothing wrong. Okay, it is. As that would mean you would have no way to evolve. You'd have no way to push your boundaries. You'd have no way to grow and accept who you are. Enlightenment is acceptance and integration of everything that you experience in the moment. And then you don't do, you might see yourself out of alignment or feel in the end what you'll do is you'll start to feel it in your mind and you won't actually do it in action. And you'll go, oh, I've just come out of alignment and I need to bring myself back. I see that I'm not in my own heart space. I see that I have self-doubt. I see that I'm telling myself wrong things. And it will slowly stop being the action that you produce outside yourself. That brings you into higher frequencies because you're catching yourself earlier. But you will have errors coming up because you need to be able to push boundaries in your reality. Otherwise, if you had no errors whatsoever, you just wouldn't evolve, because everything is love. And if you start to see those errors as love for yourself, pushing your boundaries, trying new things, having a go at something different, it's still coming from love, and it will return to love. So there is no bad things that happen in the end. So just remember that it is something that, really, really remember that it is not an error. You don't do anything wrong. You could be pushing a boundary. You could be stepping outside of your own heart space of who you are, which is just love, and trying something a little bit different. But the issues will get less and less and less and less and less because you start to pick them up, because you're not coming down on them and you're not repeating them over in your mind over and over and over again, which makes them bigger and makes it worse and makes the reaction way worse. Cool, Thelma. My boundaries were encroached on and I took it back. This is so brilliant at this time of my journey. Cool. So this is one of the big lessons that's going to be happening over the next few years. These things are going to be integrated slowly. We take small steps as we move forward, and we start to recognize the patterns of our own issues and what we've blown up out of proportion and what we can actually bring back to the heart space and heal. The other thing which is really interesting is the next 2 to 3 years, you will be working on the opposite gender that you were brought in as. So what I'm meaning is, say you were born as more of a feminine person. Now, this doesn't mean gender as in you could be a male that's more of a feminine person, and you're really an introvert, and you're very sensitive. You are more into the spiritual line of things. You have a lot of intuition. You're empathic. You're imaginative. You're creative. Very feminine. That's very feminine. The masculine side of things is action, doing action, logical thinking, business-minded people, really putting things into practical manner, grounding things onto this plane. That is very masculine energy. So whatever you were more likely to have been when you were born, you have now got the opportunity to be facing with the opposite side of yourself. So this could come in the form of like a soulmate coming in, or a child even being born that has the opposite of what you are. And when they come into your life, you're going to be both learning off each other, of the other side. So in other words, you might end up coming to realize that you've come to the highest points you could have as a creative person, as an imaginative person. You're like, what's next? But you're out of balance. You haven't brought anything into reality. You haven't actually grounded any of that. So then you meet somebody and they end up having that grounding, they end up having the ability to do business and to help you bring it into a business format so that you can create something better. And they will get the spiritual side and the creative side of how to connect back to soul and all that sort of stuff. Or it could be that you have a life where you've had no family whatsoever, and then someone comes into your life that's had a lot of family, so they're teaching you all about nurturing, and the other person's teaching them all about independence. Or it could be, I don't know, morals, someone who's deeply into their morals and someone who's had a life of crime, for instance, and they balance each other out when they come together. But what we've been doing just recently is coming to the edge of our kind of seats of who we really are and going, well, I need to expand myself. So you'd have to come from the understanding of, I want to evolve further, and that is the spiritual journey of, and the feeling that the spiritual journey is that we're actually wanting to evolve further, and that's when that other person will start to come in. And then you can then progress from there. And what it's doing is bringing balance to who you are from inside. So you're starting to gift yourself the ability to love yourself from both sides of yourself, and there's no hierarchy within yourself. There's no the spiritual side is better than the logical side, or the logical side is better than the spiritual side. There's an opportunity over the next 2 to 3 years where you are going to integrate both of those things within yourself and acknowledge the beauty of both sides of yourself, so that then you only come from love whenever you make your decisions. You only come from love from within, and that produces love outside of yourself. Hey, Holly. So huge messages just recently. They keep showing me that figure of 8 in gold, and then they also showed me the Taurus donut shape again, but this time the spiritual people were going on the inner journey and the logical people going on the outer journey. But what happens when you go on an outer journey, you come to the, like you say, you've got all of, the business side of yourself all done. When you get to the outside, there's nowhere for it to go because you haven't integrated the inner journey of coming into yourself and nurturing yourself and being connected to your soul and trusting that soul connection. Where the people that have gone on the inner journey and the journey of connecting to their soul and the spiritual side of themselves, maybe all the tarot readers and all that sort of stuff, but they haven't yet brought in the finances or the integrated it into a beautiful business, so they end up getting stuck inside that. So what we're doing is we're creating this beautiful, harmonious, flowing life of ourselves by mirroring ourselves with what we're lacking, and that is going to happen over the next 2 to 3 years. So really exciting times at the moment. Many people will be gifted right now with those opportunities, and lots of people that haven't had abundance will start to see abundance start to flow towards them. People who haven't had spiritual connection will start to see connection flowing towards them. We're starting to come into allowing this integrational period that's happening. So awesome. Thanks for listening. It was just going to be a quick one this morning. I haven't, I suppose I could pull a couple of cards or something for some people. Wasn't going to do that, but since there's a couple of people on the chat bar, if anyone wants me to pull a card. Hey, Karen. I can also pull a couple of cards just to help you guys out on your journey if you want. And because I've got them right here anyway. So if anyone wants a card, just write yes please, and I will pull a card. I'm guessing someone will say, I know there's a lag, so I have to just wait till you guys Yeah, Thelma wants something. Okay, Thelma. Help you on your journey. Let's see where this asking me to, there's a couple of cards that are asking me to get for you. I'll start off with the inner voice cards, and then I'll go to, I'm just unpacking them all. So this is the voice of knowledge cards. I love these because they have really good lessons on them. And then I'll pull a couple of tarot maybe, and an animal spirit card. Okay, Thelma. What's for Thelma's highest purpose, lesson, anything she needs to know from spirit? Thelma. For some reason I'm going to my heart with you. I'm feeling this feeling of, might actually be a heart blockage of not, there's something that you've been getting down on. There's something, I think all your life you've got down on yourself about something, and it's a heart space thing, and it's blocking you to become, yeah, it's kind of like a knot in your heart that's, maybe I would suggest to go back to your childhood, Thelma, and revisit where you felt lacking and see it from a different perspective. So when you go back to when you were a child and you feel there was something that comes up, just allow your mind to be free and just feel into this where you feel lack, and then see what story comes up. When you find that story, try to find the earliest story possible. See it when you go back in your memory, see it from who you are as an adult now, that you're wiser now, that you're an amazing person, and you can now view that whatever happened to you as a child from a different perspective, that it gave you a lesson, that it brought you down in an energy so that you could now learn to come back out of it and then help others compassionately. There could be all sorts of different reasons why that happened, but there's a kind of a lack of, and because of that, there's almost a graspy feeling of trying too hard when you're an adult, as you come into an adult. So that's what I'm channeling anyway for you at the moment. But anyway, cards, see what Spirit has to say as well through the tarot or the oracle cards. Here we go. Okay, a couple of cards. Wanted to flip there. So, okay, truth is perceived without feelings. First card is truth is perceived without feelings. When we try to describe the truth with words, we distort it, and it's no longer the truth. It's our story. The story may be true for us, but that doesn't mean it is true for anyone else. Try to describe the truth with words. See, the truth doesn't come into word. Okay, the English language in itself is almost a distortion of who we are. They're telling me the English language is very limited in its vibrational frequency compared to the feelings of who we are. The story may be true for us, but that doesn't mean it's true for anyone else. So you may have some sort of story that's heartfelt from within you, but when you went to describe it to someone, they probably put you down and made you feel shit about what you were saying, because you weren't really expressing, English language couldn't express what you were actually feeling. And then they get down on you, you feel bad about yourself, but it is the truth for who you are. That's interesting, a very interesting message. And similar, this card's pretty similar. It's called Don't Believe Yourself. What an interesting message. Don't believe the storyteller, the voice of knowledge in your head, especially when the voice is going against you. Listen to yourself. Listen to your story. Don't believe it, because the story you are writing is mostly fiction. It isn't real. It keeps coming back to that. What is true to you And what is your mind telling you? Your mind will only conceive things in a limited language compared to what you feel of who you are. And maybe you have this heart that's just wanting to explode out into the world and become so huge that no one else could comprehend it, but you've covered it with language and mind and programs, and because you're too scared to become that of who you are. So I'm hoping this helps you free that a little bit, and just be patient with yourself with this. Allow it to come forth with patience. Yeah, I think that's a really good message, Thelma. She says she got tingles. I like that. Aww. Okay, Thelma, who else is asked? Kylie. Hey, Kylie. Love a card. Cross section of a Taurus's infinity symbol. Yeah, they kept showing me that infinity symbol, and they were. And when they did it, I can't even describe it. It was like two people coming together, creating almost the Taurus belt itself. It was really cool. I like it. Anyway, I love those channel messages I got earlier. If anyone's just popping on now, go back to the beginning of this video. Huge channel messages that came. Yay. Thelma's said yes, true, hidden by myself. Okay, Kylie. Kylie. For some reason I've picked up the animal cards. And I just go with these. Kylie. They're telling me little steps at a time with you, Kylie. Wow, just finished a Taurus she's just finished a Taurus meditation. Okay, they're giving me that for some reason with you channeling, they're giving me little bits at a time. Just move little bits at a time and integrate each moment that happens, because I think you're kind of in similar energy to me, where everything is happening big time, good times are going to come your way. But because it's happening so full on that you're not used to, such a huge change that you're not used to. And I'm going to take this on board too, little bits at a time. And every time something, take each moment as it comes, integrate it. They're wanting you to integrate each little moment as it comes, because in doing that, you are fully accepting this new reality that you are creating, and you can create it faster that way, rather than, oh my God, this is overwhelming, I can't handle this whole lot. I mean, it's a good stuff, but boy, it's too much, and it's too big a shift, and whoa, slow down. Instead of telling them to slow down, just see it as little bits at a time, and integrate each moment. Okay, integrate that, and then move forward. So you got the humpback whale singer. Sorry, this is really tiny writing, as you can see. So that's your card. My eyes are pretty big. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Wow. Oh, they're also telling me that this is not just singing, the vibration of your words, the vibration of who you are, how you speak is the more you integrate the authenticity of who you are, the more power you get of yourself. I'm really feeling like this is my lesson as well. The more power you're accepting of yourself, the more your vibration of your words and who you are starts to shift and change, and the more you are healing others very easily outside of you just by the vibration of your voice. That's cool. Yeah. So that's the message I got for you, Kylie. I might just see, I'm feeling, okay, Alice in Wonderland maybe, let's do, okay, I know why I went for Alice in Wonderland, because they wanted me to get the box that was underneath, and the box underneath is Doreen Virtue cards. So healing with angels. Yep, this feels better. So just grab one of these cards, just channel for you kindly. This is really weird. They've changed all of the live videos and stuff. It's got like a whole new construct, I don't know, and different. Feels like I'm not getting to as many people anymore, but that's okay. We'll go with that. I'm going to put this up on YouTube as well. Okay, so the card that you got out, Kylie, was listening. That's so funny because I got this card out yesterday too. So really listen to your soul's path, your journey. The angels are guiding you at the moment. They want you to listen and take everything that they say. Yeah, like I said before, just take it little by little and integrate it into your life. You're meditating and you're doing this anyway, but there's, okay, they're telling me there's messages, big messages coming your way to help you step into your power. There's other integrational angels that are coming that you're not used to. There's different energies coming in that you're not used to from spirit. So yeah, for now, the best thing to do right here, right now, is to just sit still within yourself and feel into those new feelings that are coming your way, those new spiritual guidance that's coming, because you're growing quite fast. Yeah, okay. I will leave it at that because my girls have just woken up. I can hear them, and they want to come upstairs. So I'll say goodbye, and I will speak to you soon. I have a funny feeling I'm going to be getting a lot more channel messages again, so I'll probably be on board a lot more. Kylie said, I've been having huge downloads. I am connecting deeply. Wow, thank you. That's so cool. Yay. Yep, so you're going through a massive shift at the moment. Just be as present as possible. Love it. Love you guys. Bye.